Good evening once again. Today is our regular commission meeting of the City of West Miami, Wednesday, April 19, 2017 at 7:40. For the invocation, Ms. Aguilar.
Thank you, and please rise and let's bow our head this evening and thank God for our countless blessings. Tonight we pray for our elected officials and all those who labor for our city and its well-being. We pray for our world leaders so that they can seek truth and find a common ground that will lead us to world peace. Almighty God, we also pray to you, and we pray because we have too many victims of senseless crimes, and we ask for your divine intervention for this to stop. We pray for our military personnel who are serving our armed forces to protect our United States of America. And we pray each and every day for our law enforcement community and firefighters so that they can return home safely. And we ask this in your name. Amen.
Amen. Deputy Chief for the pledge.
Pledge to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Roll call. Mayor Eduardo Mujina.
Present.
Vice Mayor Candida Blanca.
Yes.
Commissioner Juan Blanes.
Present.
Commissioner Rhonda Rodriguez.
Present.
Commissioner Luciano Suarez.
Yes.
City Attorney Jose Villalobos is excused this evening. And Mayor, you have a quorum.
Thank you. Item 4, please.
Item 4, presentation of minutes for approval for March 15, 2017, regular City Commission meeting.
Motion.
Second.
Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. At this time, I would like to take an item out of order, and that will be 11A.
Yes, Mr. Mayor. Item 11, under new business agenda items. Item 11A, presentation of Miami-Dade Fire County Department Annual Report summarizing the Miami-Dade Fire Rescue Services to the City of West Miami during 2016. Mayor Mujina, Chief Downey.
Chief, welcome to our city.
Thank you. Good evening.
But we don't need to say that, right?
No,
You're here.
I always enjoy being here.
Thank you.
Well, Mayor, Vice Mayor, Commissioners, and Manager, again, I'm Dave Downey, and I'm still your fire chief. I'm here tonight. Actually, I wanted to introduce, I brought two of our assistant fire chiefs, my right-hand men, Chief Arthur Holmes, who's our Chief of Operations. So he oversees all of the fire rescue units, and Chief Alan Kaminsky, who's our Chief of Technical and Support Services. So training, communications, fire prevention, and the like. And of course, many of you know Maria Reyes, who really runs the show. She oversees our strategic planning and finance section. So again, I appreciate you having me here tonight. And I'll be real brief, but again, with your fire department, we're your full-service fire department, and we've got 69 stations and 141 units, and we're just about 2,000 firefighters right now. I'm proud to say last year we were reaccredited by the Commission on Fire Service Accreditation, and that's very important for us because, like anything else, you know, sometimes you think you're good, but it's nice to have somebody else look at you and realize you are doing a good job. And we're one of only 216 departments worldwide that's accredited. And so that's something I'm very proud of. We're the second largest in the United States. Only the Houston Fire Department is ahead of us there. Last year, we also were the recipient of the EMS Gold Recognition Award for our cardiac arrest work that we do. Excuse me. And that's up from the year before, which was the Silver Award. We did place our Fireboat 2 back in service up in North Part, so now we have 2 full-time fireboats protecting the waterways again of Miami-Dade County. We put out a recruit class of 40 new firefighters in January. We currently have a class going of 32, and we're hiring another 30 starting in May. So we'll put another 64 firefighters out in August. So this is going to help us tremendously in reducing some of our relief challenges that we have and work towards adding new service for the fire department. We opened a temporary station in Palmetto Bay, Station 62, and I'm proud to say Monday we'll open Station 18 in North Miami. So While these aren't directly related to your city, what it does is it allows us to make sure that we have coverage in all the territories and the units can stay where they're assigned. So again, I'm here to say your fire department is strong. We continue to grow. Budgetarily, it's continuing to do better. Still a challenge, but we're strong. We've done our preliminary budget, and we hope to be adding service next year and adding firefighters as well. As far as specific to the city, again, you've got your annual report that we had provided you. We've been providing service to the city since 1981. In 2016, we responded to 998, almost 1,000 calls here in the city of West Miami. And one of the things that's very important to me, 90% of those calls are handled by Station 40 right here. And so that's one of the things that we try to achieve, is making sure that our local resources are staying there. And that's a direct impact on, or an indication of the surrounding resources and making sure that we cover this area. So you have 7 full-time firefighters on duty, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, but there's 6 other stations within 5 miles of the city. Because most calls can be handled by 1 unit or 2 units, but when you have a fire, either a house or a structure fire, you need to assemble a lot more units. So we have an additional 6 fire trucks, 4 rescues, and 2 chiefs, so a total of 36 firefighters. And 60% of those are paramedics. Higher than that, but those are the positions. So again, I remind you, even if the fire truck shows up, it's equipped with paramedic equipment and staff with paramedics. So Engine 40 is just like a paramedic rescue unit, except they can't transport. We still do the customer service satisfaction feedback study. Countywide, out of 5, we're a 4.85, but I'm happy to say here in the city, we're 4.91. So we continue to do well here in the city. And our response times, again, the yardstick we're measured against, we're continuing to work to try to improve these. I can't do much for the traffic, I'm sorry, so we have to do everything else. Call processing, how fast we can alert our stations. Last year we installed a new alerting system so that our stations could be alerted much quicker. And countywide, our average is 6 minutes and 48 seconds, and here it's less, 6 minutes and 40 seconds. So we continue to improve, not only countywide, but right here in the city. So that's really all I have. I appreciate the opportunity to be here this evening. I appreciate all of your support. And if there's anything I can do for you, please let me know, and I'm happy to answer any questions you might have. Thanks.
Thank you. I believe Commissioner Blanes, you might want to say some
Oh,
words.
absolutely. From a point of view and perception that what you do is daunting, it is truly overwhelming. For you lay people that don't understand, but it cannot be explained. The intricacies and all the things that can possibly go wrong. There's so many things. And Chief, my hat's off to you and to your staff for being able to do the job that you do. It is a tough, tough job. Being the second fire department in the whole nation, it's daunting. And I commend you. I think that you are doing an incredible job, and and your staff and all the firefighters, all my brothers and sisters out there on the line of duty. So I thank you from the bottom of my heart. On behalf of the mayor, the commission, and all the residents here, we're very thankful that we have such a fire department protecting us. And I have here 4 of our 70th anniversary City of West Miami celebratory books for you.
Very neat.
I'm for this.
Yes, I'll give it to, awesome. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Thank you, sir.
We really appreciate it.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for your service.
I'd like to add something because Station 40 is great, it's famous about it in the neighborhood and in the area. But myself, because I am the younger guy here, the youngest, I go to the station sometimes to do my blood pressure. And I tell you, they give a great service. They are very nice. They give me advices even. One lady told me one day, how many glasses of water you drink today? And I said, well, I forgot. She said, you know what, you should do it because she took my skin. She said, you know, you need water. You should have to hydrate more, better. So she advised me that, and I went home and I had 2 glasses of water, and I feel better.
There you go.
So it was very great experience, you know. I'm telling it to everybody, you know, about the water and the glass of water with the blood pressure and that. And I tell everybody, in the station 40 was Miami. They are experts in everything. So thank you very much, I tell you. We're very happy, very
Thank
happy.
you. Thank you very much.
I want to tell a little story. It's been so long that I can't get in any kind of trouble now.
I don't know about that.
Back in either 1982 or 1983, Rescue 40 used to run out of Station 11, City of Miami Station 11 on Flagler and 63rd or 64th Avenue. And I was a rookie, and I was stationed there. And it was kind of boring because the engine, City of Miami Engine Company, didn't go out much. So I used to see Rescue 40 go out all the time, so I actually talked the lieutenant and my captain to letting me ride Rescue 40. And I did. And I did plenty of times. So
Mutual aid.
So I rode Rescue 40. I rode the
Great. I love
green
it.
rescue truck, and boy, I tell you, I was thrilled.
Awesome.
The name of the gentleman, my brothers that I work with, it escapes my recollection. When I stop thinking about it, their name will pop up, but I did go on a lot of calls on Rescue 40.
Very good. Well, that's great to hear. I'm glad.
Mr.
And,
Mayor, if I may.
Yes.
Chief, you know, we're only like yay big. Our city's teeny tiny, right? So to have such a renowned department actually living in our city makes us even more special. That we're this tiny and we have your department literally living in our city. It's an amazing.
Well, it's your department, you know, we're a teamwork, and I appreciate that, and that's what we want to accomplish everywhere. And we still, you know, any events we want to be a part of. I know 40 is very active. Those of you who have never visited, it's virtually like a museum. What those guys have done over there with paintings and different wall hangings is unbelievable. If you haven't visited, I encourage you to take a walk back there. It's a beautiful station.
Yeah.
So thank you
Well-
very much, appreciate it.
Let me add something else. And we appreciate very much, too, the help of the County Commissioner Rebecca Sosa. She was instrumental, to do this, to install here that engine and everything. So I think, we recognize, too, that Rebecca Sosa, the commissioner, helped us to bring you in the way you are out here.
And I appreciate that, and she's one of our best supporters on the commission, and she's always supportive, and this is obviously her personal rescue here,
I
so
know,
she has a
yeah.
special place for the West Miami rescue.
Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Chief.
Thank you,
Mayor.
Chief.
Thank
very
you,
much.
Chief.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Okay, at this time, I would like to go back to the original order of the agenda, which is item 5.
Yes, item 5, report of city manager.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor and members of the City Commission. You have 2 reports, actually. Actually, the first report is a quick summary of the donations and expenses that we tallied. Actually, my assistant, Kari, prepared this report today. After the 70th anniversary celebration, we are very pleased to report that we have a difference in our favor of approximately $14,000 that we can contribute to the next event, and I know that the mayor has an item on the agenda. So we not only covered cost from donations from all these wonderful sponsors that you recognized this evening, but we have leftover money where we perhaps can spare going back to them and fundraising additional dollars. So as time permits, please go through the list. We have invited to this meeting, I know Aneri and Kari reached out to the sponsors so that they can be here tonight, and those that are not able to be here tonight will probably be here at the next commission meeting so that you can, again, recognize them for their effort. I'm sure the commissioner has something under committee report. However, the finances, we're very comfortable with where we are. With that, we paid the posters, the framing, the books, the celebration books, the mugs, everything, the overtime, all the personnel, everything that went into the preparation, the beautiful banners that were displayed at the park, all the flyers, everything that went into the preparation was done with these corporate donations. So that being said, the report is there for your review at your leisure. That will take me to my manager's report for the city commission meeting. And basically what I have done is done a very quick summary of where we're at with projects. The City of West Miami Recreation Center is undergoing the field renovations at this time. I met with Mr. Penna today, and we expect to have the irrigation system and the field work completed by May 10th if the weather is with us in time, just in time for summer camp. So our field should be a lot better and more appealing, where we can attract leagues and continue to host softball and baseball games at the rec center. The next project is the sidewalk. The city is almost ready to commence with the root pruning phase of the area where the sidewalk project will begin. The slab replacement will follow, but we need to stay ahead of the game with root pruning so that the sidewalk slab replacement process is not delayed. All areas contemplated in phase 1 of the project will start along Southwest 9th Street going westbound. You will notice that some of our sidewalks are marked in red, those that we will be addressing that are, let's say, more of a concern to the city. And we're also getting all the clearances from the utility company. Sunshine used to be the so that they could give us the clearance so we can start the root pruning to make sure there are no gas lines and make sure that we look out for the welfare of our employees. So that project has been awarded already, and Juan is working with the contractor. It is our intention to continue funding, and perhaps next year from different pots of money, we're going to be able to increase the allocation so that we can really make a dent out there with the sidewalk project. The project should start, we should start to see activity by May 10th, so in the next couple of weeks. The barbecue at the recreation center at the pavilion, that's been placed on hold. However, I asked Mr. Penna to solicit some proposals so that we can construct the barbecue area and the pavilion area. We have a lot of utilization by parties, private parties, and I think that will add to the existing amenities at the park, and perhaps we can even increase the rental rate once that barbecue pit is there, because it's going to provide yet another opportunity for people to rent the facilities for parties and private functions, and for city functions as well, for summer camp, for 4th of July, for baseball leagues. So hopefully we'll get a real good use of this. The next item in my report is the acting city manager designation. I issued a memo. I'll be away from the office starting tomorrow just for 3 working days. I'll be out of town, and in my absence, as customary, I've designated Mrs. Leon to serve as acting city manager. And you all received a copy of my memo. I'll be in the Big Apple. April 29th, 2017 is movie night as a follow-up to the already approved movie night on April 29th, hosted by District 6 Commissioner Rebecca Sosa. It should be noted that the city will have some expenses associated with that event. We will provide, at the suggestion of our deputy chief and our chief, 2 West Miami police officers to ensure the welfare and the safety of the event, as well as facilities personnel to ensure that the park and restroom facilities are clean before and after the event. I don't know dollar figures because I have to wait and see the manpower assigned to it, but we're looking anywhere at $700 to $900, all depends on the duration of the event. We want to have officers there a little bit before the event starts, and obviously until the park is completely cleared, and then the cleanup crew arrives. So this has not been contemplated in the budget, however, it will be charged to your recreational special events account, and again, we're comfortable that we can cover it. So in the future, we may want to allocate some dollars for events like this that pop up during the course of the year. If you have any questions on any item in the report, please feel free to ask. And I've attached a copy that I received this afternoon from Commissioner Sosa's office regarding the event. It's part of the report. The movie that will be featured is a general audience movie, and it's Sing. So it's my understanding that the Commissioner's office will be handing out the flyers in the coming days.
Okay.
Yoli, is Commissioner also doing I think there was popcorn last time, do you know?
I don't have any specific details.
know.
When I spoke to Manny from her office, I believe they were working with the possibility of bringing food trucks. But I did not speak to
Okay.
him today. He did not confirm. Their office just forwarded a copy of the flyers.
Okay.
Okay. Any other question? No. Okay. Madam Manager, you're.
That
done?
concludes my
Those are
report,
good.
sir.
Okay. Next item.
Item 6, report of the city attorney, none this evening. Item 7, report of the city engineer, none this evening. Committee reports, report of the mayor.
Something really quick. Have you looked behind?
Gorgeous.
It is gorgeous.
Nice, huh?
Beautiful.
Well, thank you to the chief, the deputy chief, the rest of the police department,
And the captain.
and the captain, okay? Really, really appreciate it. I'm glad to see it. The first thing I noticed when I walked into the room today.
It's beautiful.
Makes a world of difference. It really does.
Yes.
You have
Yes,
to make a nice picture then with the seal.
absolutely, absolutely.
With the brass down here around the seal, and then the seal with all the police department. We'll look good, I tell you.
Yeah.
It looks good.
Anyway, well, thank you. I don't have anything else. Anybody else?
Just a reminder to all of you, if you can be here on Friday for the Somerset mock commission meeting.
I'll be here.
Wonderful, thank you. Mr. Suarez, if you can be here, Commission, that'll be
I
great.
don't know yet.
Okay,
I
I
don't
understand. If you come in, let me know. I'll have
I will
I'll
let you
have
know.
a cookie for you. Just one.
A cookie.
Can I clarify something?
Yes, sir.
You said Friday? I thought it was
It's
tomorrow.
Friday. No, Friday.
Friday, the
Oh,
21st.
I understood
No, Friday.
tomorrow. Then I
Yeah.
might be able to come in.
Excellent.
This coming Friday.
Yes.
Because what we do, Commissioner Blanca was here the last one, you'll sit with it, there'll be a child in each of our seats, and we'll sit with them to help them through the meeting, because we literally do a commission meeting. It's not that long. So, Yoli, about what time? 9:45, you think?
I think it's a good time to be here,
9:45,
9:45.
But it
So
was later than that when.
It was
could
a
have been,
little
because
later
we're
than
gonna
that.
walk them through,
It was
Public
later than
Works,
that
police,
because of
probably
elementary.
tennis. We're gonna walk them through Public Works, City Hall, police. So by the time we get all the children through, then they'll all come up here, meet up here for the meeting. And it's a fun event.
Yes.
They had a great time, so I'm looking forward to it, and if you
I
can
had a
be
great
here, it
time.
would be great. Yeah, it's great. It's a
they
fun time.
they actually have a very, very interesting topic for discussion.
Yes.
The cell phones
Electronics, whether to
Electronic
ban
equipment.
electronics
That's right. Yeah.
in the
in the
classroom.
classroom.
Like
They
tablets
picked
in
their
the,
own,
in
their
the
own topic.
classroom.
The last topic was very interesting as well.
Yeah.
It was-
And Deputy Chief, thank you. Oh, he's gone. Oh, if you guys will be here on Friday? Perfect, thank you. Because we'll have 3 of them sitting out there with you all, just to do the Pledge of Allegiance, just like last time. Thank you.
Yeah, I will be here. I fit right in.
Good.
I
Thank
spoke
you.
to Sergeant De La Hoz yesterday, and she's been assigned correctly to be here with the kids.
Wonderful.
She loves that.
Wonderful.
That's
Yes.
right up
She
her
does
alley.
good. She
Yeah.
does good, but she-
And
Okay.
as far as committee reports for the 70th, I mean, Mr. Mayor, we've said it all. It's You know, we're a little city with a really big heart, and we sure showed our heart that day. It was an extraordinary event. You know, so I mean, we thanked everyone. It was extraordinary.
Yes, it was, yes.
I want to say something. I know that we thanked everyone and our sponsors and so on and so forth, but the importance of having them help us is that we as a small city are very limited. Our budget is limited. Our staff is limited. Our staff practically has to wear many hats and do many things. We do not have departments with plenty of staff to go on and do every single task that needs to be done. In our situation, we have one person doing it all. So, again, the effort was daunting, and thanks to you, Commissioner Rodriguez, and you, Madam Manager, and Anetti, and Gotti, and Mr. Q, and the police department, and everyone. We're a small city, and being a small city and putting that kind of a festivity program together is daunting. It really, truly is. So,
I mean,
and if it
down to
wasn't-
every little detail, so.
and if it wasn't for our sponsors or that contributed, and to the hard work and dedication of our staff and employees, it would have never happened. So I personally thank you, and I know the residents, everybody was so happy. Everybody kept telling me, "Oh, we should do this every month."
That's right.
I had about 2-3 people tell me that. I looked at them like,
Yes.
"Are you?"
Yeah,
But they loved it. They
I
said,
had
"This is
several
this is
people,
this
yeah.
is great. This is fantastic. Let's do it every month."
Yes.
I think I told some of you, I had several people all throughout the weekend stopping me, thanking
Yeah.
us
Yeah.
and saying what a wonderful time it was and how appreciative they are of living here and being able to enjoy their city in that fashion.
Yep.
And,
We missed you, Commissioner.
We
and,
missed
and unfortunately, you know,
Unfortunately, I
Yeah.
have an emergency.
You'll be here for the next one,
Next
Yes,
year.
okay, next one.
But anyway, I saw the pictures. I saw the pictures through the telephone. I saw the pictures of the festival and Rebecca Sosa giving the key to the mayor, and the mayor for Doral Bermudez giving a proclamation, and Mr. Commissioner Bobo giving another proclamation. So I saw a lot of activity. I saw Yolanda, Neri, Gary dancing. Juan Pena was also dancing. I saw that. And the kiosk was beautiful.
It was a very nice
Yeah,
event.
it was very nice. And I saw Commissioner Blanes, also running around and doing things. It was good.
In
I'm
the
sorry, but
Herald-
next year
in the
we'll be
Herald
here.
article, yeah.
Okay.
all right. Okay, moving right along, thank you. Item number 9,
Item 9, citizen presentations, no presentations.
okay?
Item 10, unfinished business, none this evening. Item 11B, report by the Office of the City Manager in reference to the comprehensive plan updates.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, and this letter was addressed to you, forwarded to our office, and wanted to leave it, excuse me, I wanted to leave the letter for the record. It's a letter from the Department of Economic Opportunity, advising the city that they have received and completed their review of the city's comp plan amendment as submitted by the city of West Miami, along with the corresponding ordinance. They have concluded that if the plan amendment is not challenged, then the amendment will become effective 31 days after the department notifies the local government that the plan amendment package was complete. So on or about May 1st in the next 10 days or so, we should have, the 31 days have passed. So if no one challenges it from the date of issuance from April 14th, then the comp plan will be deemed complete, approved, and adopted, and we move on. So, that is
From
the.
April 14th
April
till,
14th is the date of the issue date of the letter.
and how many days after that? No?
31 days.
31 days.
I see Mr. Pena shaking his head.
No?
Mr.
Sorry,
Pena, can you
Mr. Pena?
come up and clarify, please?
Can you correct me, sir? We adopted the comp plan
Right, but the
on March 1st.
the 31 days goes from the date that they received it over there, which is, I believe, was 10 days after March 1st.
March 10th or
Right.
11th. We have an
Correct.
email from FIU.
Correct. So 31 days from that date, whatever date it is in April, then it's already officially approved. And we have to go ahead and adopt the ordinance to change our zoning ordinance.
Okay, so we haven't done that.
No.
Okay. And that will be done when?
We're going to have a first reading at the
May
May
3rd.
1st meeting, and then the second 14 days after.
The 17th of May. At that time, we should have a conclusion to the process, correct?
That's it.
If the ordinance is adopted,
Okay, so 17th of May will be the conclusion.
correct. And the ordinance will be effective upon passage.
Mhm.
Okay, all right?
Well, the ordinance has, like every other ordinance, 20 days of appeal
After the 17th.
after we pass.
So how many days?
20 days after we pass.
Because it does have a zoning component to it.
Which means no presentations could be done, or?
No, we could receive applications for new projects after the date of adoption. It's just that anyone has the option of challenging it after the day of adoption.
Right. They have 20 days to officially
Right.
file a challenge, not
Until-
to the comp plan, but
But
to
to the
any.
ordinance.
Any, to the ordinance, correct.
To the ordinance, okay. Yeah, but I'm a little confused here. Let's say we have a potential, person.
Special use.
Business, special use,
May 18th, someone could apply for a special use permit.
May 18th.
There is an email there, it's a copy of the email with the dates.
Okay, all right,
And then if it's challenged, then that is put on hold.
okay. Thank you very much. Anything else on this? Any questions to Mr. Pena?
No, sir.
Okay,
Thank you, Juan.
thank you. Next item?
Item 11C, request for a proclamation designating the month of April as Autism Awareness Month and recognizing Brian Fernandez Cornejo for his courage to make the difference. This item is sponsored by Mayor Mujina.
Thank you. Madam Manager, can you help me with this, please?
Sure. The month of April is always designated as the Autism Awareness Month. And so we encourage the mayor to put the item on the agenda so that we can issue a proclamation to the awareness and the campaign for autism awareness. As a result of the April campaign, we came across the mother of a young man who has attempted to make a difference in this world. He is autistic. He is I believe 16-year-old now. His name is Brian Fernandez Cornejo, and his mother is basically taking him to all the cities in Miami-Dade County where he's being recognized because even though, and in despite of his diagnosis of autism spectrum, which was actually diagnosed when he was 4 years of age, he has fought to overcome the challenges each day, and he has been able to project through his art his ability to still be considered a productive member of this society despite the challenges that he faces each and every day when he wakes up in the morning. He does this through his paintbrushes of colors, and he's able to express himself. He's got his own Facebook page. He's got his own website. Truly a remarkable story. They have featured his story on Channel 23, Channel 51, and I think we've included a copy of some of his painting. His mother, Roxana, is extremely proud of her son and is definitely, she wants the world to know that there is room for people like Brian to succeed and to have somewhat of a sense of normalcy in their lives. And so we've given you some of the background for Brian, and how he's come to being recognized by many municipalities, and how they want to take his work back to their native land. I believe that he's from either South or Central America originally. He has received numerous keys from different municipalities and proclamations from City of Miami and other local communities. So, Mr. Mayor, if the proclamation is approved, then we could prepare something to recognize young Brian at the next commission meeting. I spoke to his mother on your behalf, sir, and I advised him that you would put in the request not only to recognize the Autism Awareness Month, but a proclamation for Brian, so that he can take back with him and recognize his accomplishments despite of his challenges.
I make a motion.
Second.
Okay.
Second?
This is some pretty impressive artwork.
Yes.
Yes.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
I thank you all.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, for bringing
Thank,
this. sir.
yes, thank you, Mr. Mayor, for bringing it up.
He's a very talented young man.
Yes,
I mean,
pretty amazing.
his artwork kind of blew my mind. It's incredible. It's incredible. As a matter of fact, coincidentally, I saw him, I have never met him in person till the other day, but I wasn't sure. But I was, the art place, what's it, Jerry,
In the wind, in
a
the,
sick-
yeah, yes, yes.
he was there. He
Jerry's
was there.
Artorama.
I believe he was there with his mom and
Wow.
you know, they were buying some paint and so on. But I mean, they were busy and I could tell, you know, like they were holding him and,
Yeah.
you know, and I didn't want to, and I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure if it was them, so I let it be. But I saw
Well,
them.
he's leaving his footprint behind, whatever, you know,
Yes,
This is
he's,
great.
absolutely.
he's been gifted in more ways than one,
Yes.
so.
Next item, item D.
Item D, discussion in reference to 4th of July 2017 event with city manager, mayor, and city commission.
Madam Manager?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. As previously reported, we do have some funds to work with. It should be noted, as we discussed today, Mr. Mayor, or yesterday, I forgot, but I believe it was today, the 4th of July this year falls on a Tuesday. We do observe the 4th of July as a legal holiday. However, if you are planning to have a celebration this year, we would recommend to you that we open the park later because it is not a long weekend situation like other times. And because people go to work on the 5th, what we recommend, and also based on the amount of money that we have left in the coffers, that we have a more of a downscale event, but leaving the big bang for the fireworks celebration, which is really what is extremely well attended year after year. I know a lot of people will be out of town because they'll take that Monday as a vacation day and then just have a 4-day weekend. So what to expect in terms of attendance, we don't know that. But I would suggest that, A, we use the donation surplus. I believe we can cover the cost of the mini carnival and the cost of the fireworks. Mr. Penna, I don't know whether you have been able to secure a proposal. Nonetheless, we have to bring it for commission approval at the next commission meeting and secure the fireworks. We have overtime expenses in the police department and facilities and maintenance. And at the rec center, we need to pay staff so that they can, you know, man the rides and the concession stands. And we'll ask Greater Miami to donate the burgers and the hot dogs. So
I'm sure, Madam Manager, I would imagine we can ask Publix once again for the watermelons. They were gracious enough to
Absolutely.
donate the watermelons last year.
And if they do,
so-
then we'll have to go out and rent that refrigerated truck to make sure that it stays.
I mean, our plan is to have the
fresh.
watermelons, right?
Always.
okay, yeah.
That's part of the celebration.
I think they will, we can ask them.
So we're very close to the 4th of July, and again, it takes time to prepare the flyers and put this event together. So if you are planning to have a celebration and you would like to have it on the 4th, on that Tuesday, I would recommend we open the park at 6 o'clock to give people time to get their affairs in order and be there for the celebration. So obviously, the rest is up to you, and Mayor, this is pursuant to the conversation that you and I had over the phone.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, we're gonna bring it to, so we haven't secured funds yet for, I mean, we haven't secured any contract or anything, or we haven't talked to anybody for the
No,
fireworks.
that's why we thought that you should, and that's why we discussed you putting on the agenda, because we need a direction from you before we do anything with the 4th of July.
Okay, so, any comments?
Oh, let's start doing the groundwork.
The good thing is, we have, I mean, we don't have to be honest, I feel kind of embarrassed going again and again and asking for money. And this time, we have, you know, we have some money there, and I think we can cover, maybe, like the manager said, it doesn't have to be you know, a large event. It could be something scaled down. And the fact that, like you said, it takes place on a Tuesday, you know, we have to have not only respect for the people working, but also the residents nearby. So,
Well, may I?
yes,
Mr. Pena, I have a question for you.
Yes.
Do you have already know the sunset Tuesday, the 4th of July?
The time? Sure, 8:30.
8:30 will be the sunset.
Yes, sir.
That's the most important thing to that. To just have the fire.
the
The
fireworks.
rest of the thing is just, have to be working day next day. We just make a fire, and that's it. After the fire, the people go home.
And no rain.
That's it.
And no rain.
We don't have to
I can only
create
get one thing.
something spectacular for this.
I agree.
Open early, the
Put the
people go
order
to
in.
have hot
No
dogs,
rain.
fires, and go home because it's a working day next day. Simple.
I agree. Okay, so, need your blessings to continue with this and plan on it? Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next item?
Item 11E, report by the city manager in reference to District 6 movie night, estimated expense to be absorbed by the city of West Miami. I believe it was
That was
covered.
already.
That was covered
in the
in
city manager's report.
Correct.
Okay,
And next item, item 11F, request for a proclamation celebrating Carlos Oliva's artistic and musical distinguished career. This item is sponsored by Mayor Mujina.
thank you. Well, you probably all know Carlos Oliva and the Los Sobrinos del Juez. Carlos Oliva started his career 54 years ago as a professional. And the Sobrinos del Juez, 4 years later. So they are celebrating 50-year anniversary this year. And I don't know, I want to say that at least 45 years of my life, I've been I've been listening and dancing to their music, and I have met him in person. He's a very humble man. He's somebody that fame has not gone to his head. He's always stay out of trouble. So I want to join like other municipality if you allow me. For instance, Mayor Jose de la Cruz is giving a proclamation to him. So I want to. He's also going to be actually. He will be the Calle Ocho King this coming year. So basically, I just want to follow, you know. And by the way, the other thing is he's close to our hometown. Actually, Commissioner Suarez and myself. He was born in Santi Espiritu.
I know him since,
He was a little kid.
I am a little older than him, but I know him since I think his family all my life. We are the same town.
Yeah, so anyway, so I bring this to your attention. If it's approved, we don't know the date, but yet, but at least I want to join other municipalities.
Motion.
Second.
All right, thank you. So there you have it, Ms. Aguilar and Madam Clerk. So we're going to issue a proclamation, and most likely it's going to be here. We just need to coordinate, you know, what date will work for, you know, the commission and for Carlos Oliva.
This meeting.
We have
I'm fine
to-
with next
We
meeting.
have to check if they are available in next meeting. We have the employee awards, we have other presentations.
The other presentations, I mean, it may be a good
The
meeting for
second
him to come
meeting-
because it's gonna be well attended and you want,
Exactly, the next
you
meeting.
want public here.
We'll be in contact with his
So-
office
Right.
to see if it's available.
Okay, mention that. All right. Go to the order. Anybody has anything for the go to the order?
I do. I almost forgot. Since we're now part of the Tree City USA, we have to celebrate National Arbor Day, which will be the 28th of February, which is a Friday. So
Of February?
of
April.
So we will plant a couple of trees somewhere within the city, and we'll get out a flyer and stuff like that so people could attend.
Is that on the Parkway?
Yes, always.
Yeah. I need one right there next to my neighbor. Not just kidding. I'm sure she will water every day.
She will too?
Thank you, sir. Anything else for go to the order? Okay. Need a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Okay, all in favor say aye.
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 Good night.
Aye.